I just want to show you a few more verses from the book of Proverbs. Proverbs is a great book because it gives us some practical wisdom in this matter of the use of the tongue. It says in Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 19, a very important verse, where there are many words, transgression is unavoidable. John Wesley was one of those great men who preached holiness and sanctification in the 18th century in England. And I have heard, I haven't read it exactly in his writings, but I heard that he made a type of rule, and I think it was mostly for women, in those early churches that he planted. He said that when a woman visits another woman's home, they should not visit for more than 45 minutes, because whatever they talk will be sin after that. And 45 minutes itself is a long period in which a lot of sin can be committed. If you don't believe that, you sisters, ask yourself, when you go and visit other sisters, what do you talk about? Particularly sisters, because the Bible speaks about old wives' tales. You know, it's in the Bible, old wives' tales. You don't read about old husbands' tales. So that's why it's not because I'm against women, I'm just scriptural. I don't read about old husbands' tales in the Bible, but I read about old wives' tales in the book of Timothy. So, where there are many words, transgression is unavoidable. You got to be a very godly man to speak for 2-3 hours in conversation and never talk about people, talk about God's word. But that is very, very difficult for 95% of people. Always there'll be some conversation about some gossip about somebody else. Or something like, I used to ask my wife, when we go to these conferences in different places, particularly Kerala, Kerala is a specialist in this. I asked my wife, what do the sisters talk to you about? She said they talk about, does your blouse match your sari? These are elder brothers' wives, elder brothers' wives. How many times you go to visit your children? These are curiosity. Is it going to make them any more spiritual? Not at all. Elder brothers' wives are the biggest culprits in Kerala. And a little bit in Tamil Nadu also, but not as much as Kerala. Kerala's absolute specialty in this. All types of curious questions about this and that and the other thing and this thing, that thing. I don't know, as you go further north, I think things get a little better in India, but down south it's terrible. So, I don't know why it is. Maybe because Christianity came first to Kerala and they got used to it. And they think they're more spiritual than everybody else. It's an old Syrian Christian tradition. Gossiping, curiosity, finding out all types of rubbish about things which don't help you one bit to become more spiritual. What is this? And these are people who sat and heard about godliness for 20 years. Why is it? You husbands, ask your wives if what I'm saying is not true. You know, I just want to find out because I want to know what's the type of conversation going on in our church. I don't talk much to the sisters, as you know. So I got to find out from my wife, what type of conversation? What are the things they talk about? What do they talk to you about? It's almost never about God's word. It's all about these useless, trivial things. Where did you buy that sari from? And we've got a lot of sisters like that in CFC too. Non-Malayalis. So it's really amazing. I can't understand. Do you think such sisters will prophesy in 1,000 years? Not in 1,000 years. It'll all leak out. I have spoken about this for 20 years. It makes absolutely no difference. Goes in through one year and comes out through the other year. It's like that cartoon I saw. I saw a cartoon of a woman talking to her husband. And the words in the cartoon are, "Can't you hear what I am saying?" And it's all going out like this, through one ear and out through the other ear. Sometimes I like to draw a cartoon of me speaking on subjects like this and it going straight into some sister's ear and going out from the other ear. It doesn't seem to make any difference. I hope at least now this balance will get restored. It's no use reading the Bible every morning, praying, coming to the conferences. If you cannot control your tongue, your whole Christianity is worth zero. I want to tell you, you are no better than, you think you're better than the Roman Catholics and Pentecostals. Rubbish, they are better than you. You can say you're sitting in CFC, but it doesn't make a difference to God. He's not going to ask you in the final day which church you went to. He's going to ask you, did you control your tongue? In the multitude of words, transgression is unavoidable.